This is the Brownstone Center News Update for Friday afternoon, May 30th, 2025. Let's go ahead and get into this news, guys. A key inflation gauge slowed more than expected in April as Americans braced for the impact of sweeping new tariffs. The U.S. Personal Consumption and Expenditures Price Index rose an annual 2.1%, down from the 2.3% in the prior month, the Commerce Department said Friday. Spending also slowed, increasing just 0.1% after jumping 0.7% in March as consumers rushed to stockpile ahead of the duties. The price index is favored by the Federal Reserve, which is waiting to see the effect of tariffs on inflation and jobs before moving on rates. Costs associated with the ongoing trade war have taken $34 billion on companies, and that's a massive toll. It's a first of its kind analysis from Reuters. Some economists say will increase amid continued uncertainty. At least 42 companies across the United States, Asia, and Europe have cut their forecasts, and 16 have actually withdrawn or suspended their profit forecasts, with most saying U.S. trade policies make it impossible to estimate costs accurately. Among those hit hardest are automakers and airlines who rely on imports subject to hefty new levies. The class of 2025 is graduating into a job market in which companies are increasingly deploying artificial intelligence to handle the tasks of entry-level positions, according to the New York Times. Employment prospects for graduates have deteriorated noticeably, according to the New York Fed. As the jobless rate for the cohort ticks up to 5.8%, unemployment among grads is particularly acute in finance and computer science as AI accelerates in those sectors. Anthropic CEO Dario Amodei warned this week that AI could soon eliminate half of all entry-level white-collar jobs. Closing arguments on remedies for Google's search monopoly, which could include the forced sale of the Chrome browser, are focusing on artificial intelligence and whether the tech is already enough of a disruption to online search, according to courts reports. U.S. District Court Judge Amit Mehta asked Justice Department lawyers if AI-powered ChatGPT and Perplexity are new forms of competition, and conversely, if a new general search engine could realistically come for Google. A Department of Justice attorney argued Google could use its outsized influence to curb AI upstarts. Top officials at the Department of Government Efficiency are set to leave their roles following the department head leaving, which was Elon Musk. 3 officials, advisor Steve Davis, Katie Miller, who is also the wife of Chief of Staff Policy Stephen Miller, a part of the Trump administration, she too will be leaving, and attorney James Burnham are all leaving the administration, according to the White House officials who spoke with The Hill. Republican Senator Joni Ernst of Iowa had a grim message for her constituents, furious over proposed cuts to Medicaid that could end health coverage for millions of Americans. Over a chorus of groans from the crowd at a town hall in Butler County on Friday morning, Ernst said her Republican colleagues were making corrections to the federal health care programs to stop, quote, overpayments and prevent, quote, illegals from receiving benefits. She indicated by saying, "People are going to die," one person actually shouted out, and she responded, "Well, we're all going to die." Former Vice President Mike Pence has accused President Donald Trump of supplanting Congress's constitutional authority over trade and commerce following a federal court ruling that sought to void the majority of his tariffs. The Constitution gives Congress the power to levy taxes and tariffs, he wrote on X, formerly Twitter. Article 1, Section 8 provides that the Congress shall have the power to lay and collect taxes, duties, imposts, and excises. The president has no authority in the Constitution to unilaterally impose tariffs without an act of Congress, he added. Newsweek has contacted the White House for comment outside of regular hours. Days after Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. announced that COVID shots should be removed from the federal immunization schedule for children, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention issued updated advice that largely counters Mr. Kennedy's new policy. So the agency actually kept COVID shots on the schedule for children ages 6 months to 17 years old with a new condition. Children and their caregivers will be able to get the vaccines in consultation with a doctor or provider, which the agency calls shared decision making. For more news and information that you can use along with daily deals and coupons for your weekend going into the 1st of June 2025, head on over to brownstoneworldwide.com. For more information, podcasts, and sounds you'll remember over the weekend, including inspiration, Cityscape Radio. Follow us on all things Brownstone Worldwide, Brownstone Living Magazine, and follow me on Substack, on Paulette, on the mic. We'll see you around. Welcome to the neighborhood.